Hey guys, welcome to Sports Stories. Let's talk about The Flash. Episode 2 of Season 3 came out this Tuesday, and I love it. I mean, there's no words to describe the happiness I've had after watching that episode. I mean, this episode, it takes out all the stuff that I would want to be taken out of, and it's like, I am excited for this season. So let me give you a quick rundown on what happened in episode 2. So after Barry leaves his dream timeline where he has his mom and his dad, he goes back to the night where Reverse Flash kills his mom, and he lets Reverse Flash kill his mom. Obviously, we know that. We watched episode 1, we know that. And then at the end of episode 1, we see that Joe, Iris, and Wally don't all have the tightest relationship. I mean, Joe and Wally do, but Iris and Joe don't have the closest relationship. And that's all we know. That's the only difference we know. So at the beginning of episode 2, it's basically Barry's mission to find out what is different. So Barry tries to figure out what's different about this timeline. That's how the episode starts. That's just what, a good chunk of the first act of the episode is. Barry trying to figure out what's different about this new timeline. And one of the most kind of, I messed up, shouldn't have done that events was we find out that Cisco's brother Dante was killed in a drunk driving accident, and that Cisco is mad at Barry because Barry wouldn't go back and fix it. And so Cisco really just, every time Barry talks, just gives him the cold shoulder, just straight blows him off. And then, it's just a really, really bad relationship between the two. I mean, there's really no friendship, there's no sign of anything. And this is what really freaked me out. Obviously, Cisco is a crowd favorite. I mean, his witty comments, his everything, he's the most real life person in this series. I mean, he's the one viewers can connect to. He knows the stuff I know. He watches the movies I watch. He does this, he does that. He's the most relatable character. And then whenever we see Cisco, he's just so down and sad and just not him, not witty, not anything. That hurt me. I was like, no, this is Cisco. If he's gonna be like this the rest of the series, what am I supposed to do? Who am I supposed to laugh at? And we also find out that Barry has a coworker that they really hate each other. They just are butt heads all the time, and it's just not a good work relationship. We also find out why Joe and Iris don't have the tightest relationship, and it's because of the whole Joe hid the fact that Iris's mom was still alive, and in this timeline, Iris never forgave him. Then we see Alchemy recruit Edward Claris, who was rival in the alternate timeline that was rivals with Kid Flash. I think his metahuman name was Rival. I'm not sure. You can fact check me on it. But Alchemy recruits him, and he's like, this was you in a past life. You had all this speed. This is what you're missing. You want this. I'm here to fulfill your full potential. I'm here to give you a purpose. So Claris is like, yeah, actually I have been having these visions, and I want that life. I want that speed. Show me who took it from me. Obviously, he shows him the Flash. But before all that battle and stuff, Barry is still over here like, oh my God, what did I do? I ruined the relationships of everybody. This isn't the same. So what do? I'm gonna go make another timeline. And Barry just takes off. And at this time, you should have seen my face. My face just sunk. I was like, not another timeline. I just can't do it. I can't do the show if he does another timeline. But then out of nowhere, Barry just gets snatched out of the Speed Force. And I'm like, wait a minute, hope. There might be hope. And it's Barry's dad's doppelganger, who is the Flash. And basically he pulls him in, and he's in a diner in the 80s, and he's like, look Barry, you gotta quit with all this time travel stuff. I've made the same mistakes you have. You need to just own up to what you do. Every time you make a mistake or every time something goes bad, you can't just go out and create a new timeline, because it's not gonna be perfect. You're never gonna find the perfect timeline. You just need to swallow the pills that it might be hard to swallow, and you just need to keep moving forward. So then Barry's like, okay, I'll do that. Thank God, because if he just went through with it, I would have been done. I would have been like, sorry Flash, peace, gotta go. Luke Cage, here I come. By the way, Luke Cage is a great show, check it out. And so when Barry goes back, he tries to make everything go back together. He's really trying so hard to make everything back to normal, and eventually he does. And Iris forgives Joe, and then Cisco. Oh my God, Cisco. So when Barry goes to fight Claris with Dr. Alchemy is there. He's losing. Obviously he's getting the total crap beat out of him, because you can't take on these two by yourself with no help. I mean, you're done. And then out of nowhere, Cisco just boom, uses his vibe powers, and oh my God, it was great. Cisco has full control of his vibe. He said he's not ready yet to just go out there and be Barry's sidekick, but you know, he has this, it was great. It was just great. And then it goes back to the Cisco I know and just, you know, using his witty comments, giving Alchemy the title Dr. Alchemy. It's just, it was so good. So when Barry goes back home, he talks to everybody and he's like, guys, you know, I'm so happy. And then, you know, they just have a hoorah moment. They're all like, yeah, we love you. I love each other. Bow, bow, bow. So everybody's gone and it's just Barry and Caitlin. Caitlin and Barry were talking about the other timeline and how they don't want to know about everything. And then Barry's like, you know, it's funny, you're the only one who actually stayed true to themselves. So Barry laughs and leaves. So it's like, oh yeah, she did. She was really like herself. And then Caitlin raises her hand up and it's just frosty, just ice, dry ice, just mist, coldness coming out of her hand. She has her killer frost powers. The level of excitement that ran through my body cannot be matched at that moment. I was just mind blown. I cannot wait to see what happens in season 3. That's all I have to say. I cannot wait to see what happens in season 3. Then Barry goes home and sees Iris on the porch. So they get to talking about the relationship and it's just really a good Barry and Iris moment. Moments we've had before, but Barry ruined it with his time travel. So this time I was like, Barry, boy. So they lean in for a kiss. Oh my God, the tension and anxiety I had right whenever they're about to kiss. I was like, oh, if something happens. So they kiss, I'm like, okay, something happens. And then they pull away real slowly and it's just too slow. And I'm like, no, something's gonna happen. But then nothing happens. So I was like, did they just have a real kiss with nothing interrupting or Barry running off or timeline not being altered? Is this happening? And that's where the episode ends. But whenever they show a preview of the next episode, you see Jesse Quick. So that means Harrison Wells is going to be introduced. And what kind of Harrison Wells are we going to have? What is going to happen? I don't know. So that's why I'm excited for season 3. Sorry if this episode was sporadic and random, but I'm so excited. And I want to know what you have to say in the comments below about your expectation for season 3 and how you've liked episode 2 and 1. I'll see you guys later. Peace. Yeah.